Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to take a look at the brand new book NOOK kit that we just got. And I actually went ahead and made a lot of NOOK requests and got all the items out, including all of their swatches, so we can really easily take a look at everything in here so you can actually decide if this is something that you want to purchase for yourself. So I guess the first thing I want to start with is we do actually have a new wall panel, and I actually like it. I think it's kind of a nice wood grain texture here. However, as usual, I wish we had maybe some more colors, but honestly, I guess I don't know what colors I'd even want. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this wall selection here. And then continuing on to our chairs, so we got a chair and 2 couches. So this is our chair. So this comes in 7 swatches. And I do like the addition of the pillow, so I do appreciate that a lot. And I do really like this color right here. And I will say though, I'm not exactly sure what's going on in terms of the texture of the actual chair. Like, it looks like some of these have like a woolly kind of texture, but I don't know. Like, it feels kind of flat. Like, it almost makes it look like it's like a really slick or hard surface versus like a really cozy kind of surface, which is what I was hoping for like a book nook, if that makes sense. And like, we have the stripes on 3 of them as well. And I don't know, like, I mean, I don't mind it. I'll probably use this chair, but I guess I'm just not like in love with it, if that makes sense. And I also don't know why this one chair has a 2-tone pillow when the others don't. So I don't know. I feel like we could have incorporated some other colors here, but these are basically the colors that we're going to see in this kit here. And then over here is actually our first couch. Now, I will say I like it. I mean, it's a nice big couch. I like the addition of the throw blanket. It kind of looks like it was really just tossed on there, if you know what I mean. And I do like the addition of pillows. I really do like it. I think it adds a little bit of extra character to a couch. But I will say I feel the same way about like the background we've got here, like what the couch is actually made of. It feels to me like this texture, like I wish it was a little bit better, like it maybe looked a little comfier, like they were trying to do like a fuzzy kind of thing. But I don't know if that came across really well, at least for me. Now, I will say though, I do appreciate the extra detail in some of these pillows as opposed to what we have on the chairs. Now, of course, I feel like these are going to go really well together. I mean, they came in the same kit. And I do like that they do have overlapping colors. Of course, you know, I would love more colors, and I'm always going to say that as a builder, but, you know, let me know what you think. I do like the addition of this pillow. Like, I think that's really cute. Maybe I wish, honestly, these pillows were also on the chairs, to be honest, but, you know, that's just me. And this is our like love seat, so like the smaller sofa. I will say I do like this one more than the bigger sofa. So first of all, I like the extra pillows. Like, it looks a lot more like cushiony. Now, of course, we traded like having a cushiony back for more pillows. So I don't know if it's necessarily like it would be more comfortable. I do like, you know, changing up some of the patterns we have on the pillows. I really appreciate. And we have a lot of swatches for this. So I think for the chair and the other couch we had 7 swatches, so for this one we have 10. So this would make this item a little more versatile for, you know, your actual building purposes. Again, like, we see a couple extra pillows, and we don't have that odd texture that I was talking about, that at least I feel like is odd on the couch. So I do appreciate that. Overall, I will probably be using this couch. I don't know if, or the love seat, I don't know if I'll be using the full couch, to be honest, but I do like the love seat. And then this is our like piece of wall art we have here. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 different swatches. Now, obviously some of these like would go together. They're just like different frames, which also for some of them change the actual photo as well. So I do like some of these. I don't know why, but they kind of remind me maybe of CC. I don't know why. They kind of do look like posters though, almost like maybe this is like a book cover kind of thing. I don't know. You can tell me like what these look like to you. I mean, I will probably end up using these. I do like them, and I like that there's so many of them. So be sure, if you do get this, to keep in mind that there are a lot of swatches hidden under the initial swatch, which I believe is this one, that you have some other cool pieces to work with there. So I do like that overall. And I'm actually going to go over here to our rug that we got. So I'm going to kind of change my camera angle here. So, all right. So this rug, listen, I love rugs. I love rugs so much. Like I use area rugs anytime I can, especially when I'm building The Sims. And so this only came in 5 swatches. So I'm a little disappointed, especially since we had this lovely color over here that we see in all of the other furniture pieces. So I wish they brought maybe that color into the carpets as well. And again, I feel like it's supposed to be kind of fuzzy, but I feel like the texture falls a little flat, to be honest. Like I feel like some of the other like fuzzy rugs we have in the game have a little bit of a better texture. I just try to combine the words better and texture, but you know what, we're going to move on from that. But I don't know. I mean, overall, I'll probably use it, but I don't know. I wanted a little bit more from the rug. I'm not gonna lie. And before we get to all of the the clutter we have here, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a look at these like standing lamps, which I'm not going to lie, they kind of look like mini street lamps to me. And I do like the kind of marbling we have on the two in the middle, and it kind of brings it up into the actual like lamp portion, like where the light is. And we have a lot of mixing and matching of different woods, and we have this like pink color, and I don't know if that's supposed to be, I don't know, we have some like random light pink stuff in this pack, which I thought was kind of interesting. I guess I didn't necessarily see that coming for this, I don't know. But I mean, overall I do like it. I do love a good standing lamp. I will probably be using it, and it does match the table lamp that we get with this pack as well. You can see here we have basically the exact same swatches that we have for the larger lamp in this smaller one. So again, we have like 6 of those. And then for some more clutter, listen, I love a good like plant floral piece. So overall, like I'm happy with this. I do like the addition of the candle. I feel like it adds a little bit extra there, a little coziness. However, I really was hoping we'd have a little more like change in color for the actual stuff in the vase. Like, I like that we have a bunch of different options for the vase. We have the clear and then this more like spotted ceramic kind of look here. And the candle colors change, but like the actual like foliage doesn't. So I wish that did, because I feel like that might limit where you could place it, if that makes sense, especially with that like that purple pop right there. Like I'm worried that might limit my ability to use it. I don't know, but let me know like what you think of that. Now we do have this book stack over here, which overall I do like. I love a good clutter item. If you watch my building videos, I clutter a lot. Like that's something I really enjoy doing. So I probably will be using these a lot. And I think it's interesting that like all 4 of these are very similar in color. And then we just have this like gray, like this like gray stack of books. So it's kind of random. I do appreciate just like a plain kind of neutral swatch, but I think that's kind of interesting. And I'm not sure, listen, this clutter item really is so odd to me. So in case you don't know, when you're building, like if you grab an item, you can see it's clipping to the grid unless you press and hold Alt on the computer, and then you can place it without like being limited to the grid, which is always really nice. Now, something that's odd about this item is I'm not pressing Alt, and it's not connected to the grid. So I'm not sure why that is. And I find that really odd. I also think it's really weird that this item doesn't clip to tables. Like it doesn't, I don't know. Like I don't know what you're supposed to do with this item versus like the book stack like clips to the table and everything, but these don't. So I have no clue what's going on with this item. I don't know. I will say the description is kind of interesting for it, because I was like, maybe that would help. It's called the alleged like stack of books. So it says, listen, before you judge me, you need to know how good these cake decorators have gotten these days, which is very true. I love watching the videos where you're like, oh my gosh, that's cake. They can make hyper realistic fruits with ultra detailed textures that are secretly a cake inside. They can, oh my, they can make edible paper. Edible paper. Do you realize what that means? These books could be a cake inside too, for all we know. Nothing is safe. Nothing. So like, is this supposed to be a cake? Like I don't know. Like what is happening? Or is this some sort of like weird kind of like, oh, what kind of item is it? But like it is weird to me that it's not clipping to anything. So I don't know what we're supposed to do with this item. So like let me know what's happening here. If you know something about this item that I don't, I would love to hear about it. And then we have this like little book house situation here. So again, just like a clutter item. Maybe it's because I'm not an avid reader. I don't really know what this is. Is this just like a cute way to store your books? I mean, it's a cute item. I just don't exactly get it. I don't know. So we have several swatches in that, which I do appreciate. And so for some more clutter, listen, I love the trays and baskets and stuff. So like this is really exciting. We get a new plant in here. Now this is like one item. Now again, an item that clips to stuff. So I don't know what's happening with that stack of books over there. But I do appreciate, so we have several different options. So we have 5 options here. So all of which have a different basket color, and it kind of changes up the book, but it doesn't really change like what's in it, if that makes sense. But we do have this plant in all of them, which is really nice. And then we have another basket over here, again, with 5 swatches. And I believe the basket colors are like the same. I think it's actually the same basket, but they only have like magazines or something in it. So that's kind of fun. I wonder, you could, I guess, clip other things inside of it, but I don't know if like that's just based on the grid or if that's the way the item is actually designed. But that is kind of fun. I do like having baskets and things like that. Like I think it'd be kind of fun. Like I always put like the magazines and stuff on tables, but maybe to have it actually in its own little basket would be really nice. And then we have another tray here. Again, so appreciate this. I love things like this for the game. So we have this open book and this really nice coffee mug. Honestly, I wish we had this mug in the game like separately, but it's kind of mimicking, it kind of reminds me of the vase that we have over there. So those are all really nice. And we have like some of the marbling that we see in like the lamps over there as well. And then I think this is our last piece of clutter. So we have like a stack of books with like bookends, and again we see a lot of marbling here, a lot of these like muted tones, and this random pop of pink, which I think is kind of interesting, which I'm not going to complain about a pink, but I think it's funny that this is what they chose for it. And again, we have this like super neutral swatch, which I do appreciate as well. It would fit pretty well in a lot of different places. So overall, I do like that. Honestly, I feel like it'd be really cool to have like separate bookends, like that we could add to the stack. Do you know what I mean? I think that would have been a cool touch. And then I think the last things that we need to go over are actually these 2 pieces of furniture. Oh, and then obviously the bookcases. I saved those for last. It is all about the books here. So we have these end tables. So we have, it looks like 5 different actual wood swatches, but then we have 2 of each. So for instance, there's 2 white ones, and it changes the colors of the books inside of it. So that's kind of interesting. I wish almost we could have just had that separate item and put them there ourselves. I feel like that would have been a little bit easier, if that makes sense. But overall, I think this is actually a really cute end table, and I feel like I definitely will use it. I think it'd be really versatile, especially with these wood tones here. And in a very similar way, we have basically the same thing going on here with these coffee tables. Again, we have 5 different swatches, and then like for the white one, you can see that our books here in the bottom just change slightly. So that's kind of nice as well. So we just see multiple different options here. So, I mean, again, very much appreciate that. And I do like this coffee table. I like that there's some detail underneath it. So when you place it, you can actually see some of that fun detail. And then last but not least, we have all of the bookcase pieces. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of bookcase like pieces. And these are modular. So just like Dream Home Decorator, they do like clip together. So that's really nice. So you can kind of make your own bookcase if you would like to. So I do appreciate that. And we have like some, each one seems to have like a full version and a sparse version. Although this one is randomly empty. Like we don't have an empty version of these 2, but we do have an empty version of this smaller one, which is kind of nice. Honestly, I visualize this as being like a bench. Like I really would have loved to have like window benches or something like that for a book nook, but I feel like you could almost repurpose them for that, if that makes sense. So this is nice. And I didn't, because there's so many pieces. We're just going to take a look at the different swatches like on each piece individually versus like having them all out, because that's a little bit overwhelming. And so you can see here, we actually have like, it looks like 3 different like book swatches to each wood tone maybe. So again, like we have this darker wood, again, with a couple different options, the lighter ones as well, which I do think is nice because sometimes, oh my goodness, look at this. How satisfying is that? Like, oh my gosh, the books are organized by color. I love that so much, actually. Like, that's so pretty. I feel like I want to use that item just because of the colors. And oh, I didn't even notice we have these cute little bookends. Again, I almost wish we just had that item. You know what I mean? And so luckily we do. It looks like We have more swatches in this one than this one, which I think's kind of interesting. Like, I wonder why? I don't know. So, like, wait. I guess those kind of go together? I don't know, but then the books, that's really weird to me. I feel like, so it looks like we have like or four actually different like whitewood swatches. And then on this one, we only have two. Why? That is so annoying. Because then the books are like based off of that swatch. I don't know. I really, like, we should have gotten the same swatches. Do you know what I mean? So that the books actually went together. No. Okay, well, okay. First criticism on the bookcases. I don't necessarily care for that. But again, it's like we have the same swatches as this like other full one, and then this one has the same swatches as this partially filled one. So that's kind of interesting. Again, like, I'm worried about maybe trying to combine some of these because of that. And again, the full one has a bunch of different colors as well. And then this partial, it has a limited number. So again, that's kind of weird to me. And then this one has just the wood swatches to go with it, which I mean, does make sense. And so I'm wondering, like, does this, see, like, isn't that so weird? The like cake is, the stack of books that's like a cake or whatever. Oh, wait. Is this a shelf? Wait a minute. Is that what's happening? It's considered a surface. Stop. These are shelves. Wait. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Oh my gosh, that's completely... Oh my gosh, I had no idea. Okay, so that makes sense why it was kind of like floating and not clipping to anything. But it doesn't, why doesn't the description say it's a shelf? Oh, that's so fun. Oh, I love that. That's really cute. And you could probably like put them next to each other. That could be kind of neat too. Oh, I love that. Okay, take it back. That's a really cool item. Although, I also wish that it was just a small stack of books, because now we only have the big one. Okay, so I feel better about that. That that's actually a shelf. I don't know why it just didn't tell me that. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, man. That is so odd. Yeah, I'm double checking to make sure. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about being a shelf. Like, who knew? Oh, that's so bizarre. Okay, well, I'm glad we fixed that mystery. So overall, I mean, like, I'm happy with it. I'm a builder, so I love getting more items. All the items I can get, I will take them and run with them. Like I said, that I think like this is my favorite like furniture piece is this love seat over here. And I am happy, like I'm always happy to get some more end tables and coffee tables, that kind of thing. I think the modular bookshelves, I don't know how much I'm going to be doing that. I know that a lot of the promo pictures had a bunch of shelving on the wall. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm sure I'll probably make like a book nook like room and stuff like that. But overall, I mean, I'm always here for more clutter, so I'm sure I'll be using those a bunch. I do like this wood paneling. Sometimes I do use a wood paneling to help break up some of the rooms that I use. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And let me know down below in the comments, like, do you plan on getting it? Are you happy with it? Like, how do you feel? Like, or do you feel differently from the way I felt or the criticisms that I have? But anyways, I hope you have a really sweet day. Bye, everybody.